So good afternoon. How is everybody? So my apologies for the late start today. I will explain that later on. But something far more important right now. Here is my co-host, Yorkshire Crafter.
Hello, everybody.
So have you had a good week?
Yeah, it's not been too bad. A bit busy, but yeah, been a good week.
Yeah. I always say that I like my days and weeks to just go in the middle. I'm quite happy saying it's just been an okay week. It has been an okay week, except it's gone really high and low all week. So just to fill you in, I'm trying to look at the camera. I'm actually looking at the monitor, so I apologize. I'm cocking that one up. So my week in a nutshell, just after last week's show, my contract came to an end. I got a telephone. I don't know if you remember, I got a telephone call during the stream, and I just went, yeah, I'll call him back after work. That was my contact at the agency telling me I've lost my contract. Then he rang me back a couple of hours later to say, no, it's back on. Then the next day he rang me back and said, no, it's definitely off. We'll try and find you some work. So I did my shift Thursday and Friday, and then no longer contracted to anywhere. Saturday, Sunday obviously was the weekend. Monday was the bank holiday. Yesterday I rang up a new agency and I started a new job today. So that's why we're late. I didn't finish until about 1:30. I think I finished, and it was a long way away. Yeah, it was. I had to go all the way to Tunbridge Wells just to watch boring videos and fill in lots of boring paperwork. But ironically, the contract is actually at a push walking distance from where I am now, and it's absolute minimum 6 weeks. So that's me sorted for 6 weeks. So yeah, it's been okay. But here's the funny thing. I have, as part of my bus driver kit, I get given one of these. This is called a T-key. This is like, basically it's my key to get into my door. And it comes with a little hammer on it so I can smash out through windows. And what's really great, it's got a little toffee hammer on the end. Should I ever find myself with a bit of toffee? Now, I normally keep this in my bag. Now, the flaw with that idea is I keep my bag in my cab. So if I accidentally shut my door, I get locked out of my cab, but the key's inside the cab. So I need to get inside the cab to get the key so I can unlock the door to get inside the cab. So I bought this from eBay, and it's got a little belt loop on it. I have, by the way, locked myself out of my cab twice. And the key goes in there, and it sits on your belt like that. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. What's really fun is I ordered this last Tuesday when I had a job. The next day I lost my job, and it arrived today when I had a job. So for the duration that this was in the post, I didn't really have work, or I was seeing out my last 2 days. And then it comes through today and I've got a job. So, right, I'll just quick catch up on the chat. We've got Matthew Borum. Hello, I'm the first one here. Danielle Boudreau says, hello, y'all. I love that. Hello, y'all.
Yeah.
And then I hope you're all doing okay there. So am I still pronouncing your name correctly, Danielle? So, yeah, right. So same pretty much principle as last week, which is, we're just going to be doing a little bit of whatever we're doing, and you are welcome. Yeah, Danielle says, hello, I locked myself out truck last week. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I will. If I'd never locked myself out of the cab, I would probably be taking the mickey out of you right now. But as I say, I have actually locked myself out of a cab while mentoring a new driver. So showing the driver how to do the job, and in doing so, locked myself out of the cab.
Oh dear.
So that's how bad it's been. Yeah, so same as last week then, we're just going to be cracking on doing whatever we're doing. Bit of a scoop for you. I have a video coming out Sunday. It's my very first unboxing video. But I didn't really want to just do unboxing. As you're probably aware, I've done the Fansels unboxing. But the route I'd really like to take is all in one video, is to unbox something, have a look at it, be critical, do one of those little review sheets, or mark it off, give myself a little scoring system, then actually put the whole thing together and then do a post review of it all in one video. And I think I've done that. Well, you know me, I'll always listen to your feedback, but I think I've done an all right job. You guys may disagree. So I'm going to be doing some working on this, and we're going to pretend this is fully filled in as I'm supposed to have done. And I'm going to be doing some work on this top corner. So you'll be sick of the sight of this by the time I've finished it. So what are you working on, Mrs. Yorkshire Crafter?
Still on the flowers, but I have made a little bit of progress since last time. Just turn it.
So I'm going to shift this down a bit. I really am struggling with this, with the light pad, you know, or even with the light pad. I'm struggling to see the symbols on this. And the way that I've got the light on here, you can't see it either, can you? There we go, that's better. Oh, that's much better. So...
yeah, I've done them first two squares, and now I'm working on my third.
Okay, well, all I've got to do now is find the drills, and then I'm away. I'm really having a bad day today, aren't I?
Nah, not too bad.
So I nearly shot myself in the foot, because the painting that I'm doing for Sunday's video, it came with this stupid looking plastic set of tweezers. And then as I'm doing it, I'm realizing actually you need those tweezers to do certain drills. So, but I refused to use them, because I thought I couldn't say, oh, they're terrible, I won't use them, and then go and use them. I'm just going to step away from the table for the moment. I just need to find a little tray. Sorry, guys, I should have been more organised.
Don't worry.
I have to, at the very least, use a tray with a funnel. I can't get on with any that doesn't have a funnel. So let me set my camera up in a way that you can see and I can still work. Because if I have it really close up, I'll knock it with the pen. So I have to have a slight angle. How's that, guys? Does that work for you?
Wow, yeah, that looks good.
Right, so now I've got to try and read these symbols in the semi-dark. So I am working on colour number 606 today, which is a red colour. A beautiful red, 10 out of 10 for it. There you go, that's the red. Can't really see it too well on the camera. I know, I'm being naughty. So we have got in the chat Matthew Borum, then called you Boudreaux then. Matthew Borum, I'm subscribed to 2 models, X-Wing and Spitfire. Need to order a plane. Oh dear, why do you need to replace? Well, are they damaged parts? Build with Adrian says hi Yorkshire Crafter. And then in a separate message he says hi Penny. And then Mark's Mars says I'm doing both them on my channel plus more, Matthew. No advertising going on there, is there, Mark?
No,
Bless him.
not at all.
Bless him. Love Mark's mods.
Yes.
So tell us what you've been doing then. And that goes to Yorkshire Crafter and everyone who's watching.
I've just been doing boring household stuff.
You know what? I wish that was the most boring thing I had to do. I'm talking have been really busy this week. Dave Say says, hello everyone, hope you're all okay.
Gosh, yeah.
I am now. I'm working again. I couldn't believe it yesterday. It was, if anything, it was a cold call that I made. I'd heard a rumor that one of the contracts I'd had before were taken on agency, but they were taken on a different agency. So I rang this agency up and I said, "Oh, I'm hearing a rumor that you've got people in at Dartford." And he went, "Yeah, that's correct." I went, "Can I sign up for your agency then?" So he says, "Yeah." So I think I took him a bit by surprise.
Yeah.
And he didn't end up sending me back to the old place. He actually sent me to somewhere far closer. So yeah, it's all worked out better. And then I said to him, I said, "Yeah, I'm not complaining about my last agency. They've not really done much wrong. It's just that they don't seem to be in contact. You know, they know I'm getting good reports back from previous jobs, and they just, I don't know if they don't have work." But I said, this new agency, I said, "Look, I understand. I've been with agencies now for 30 years, and I understand you can't guarantee any work whatsoever." I said, "But realistically, what's the chances of having regular work?" And he says, "Well," he says, "the three main companies that run buses, we've been working with them for over 10 years now." And I said, "Well, that's good enough for me then."
Yeah, it's definitely good, yeah.
And of course, what also helps is, and if anyone here is an agency worker or an agency bus driver, I'm not saying this about anyone in particular, but you do find quite a few agency bus drivers don't really seem to care. They just come in and they just, they might have an accident. They don't care. It's not their job. It's just somewhere they're at, and they think the agency will get them another one if they get the push. And I think the fact that I do care kind of helps me with work.
That's why you've got the reputation you have.
Exactly. You work hard. I mean, I did get an app. I mean, I went out for an assessment today with a proper driving instructor, employed by Arriva, and he gave me fantastic feedback. In fact, actually, the most negative he gave me, and I will confess, this is my naughty bit. When I go over a roundabout, when I'm going straight over a roundabout, I quite often don't indicate to come off the roundabout.
Right.
Which is a very common thing to do. It is technically naughty. It is technically not indicating on a roundabout. But most people, me included, if you turn left on a roundabout, you'll put your left indicator on. If you turn right, you'll put your right indicator on and then hit your left indicator as you're coming off. But most people, when they go straight over, they put no indicators on at all, don't they? And driving instructors do try to strive for absolute perfection. And I'm not unhappy to say I'm not absolutely perfect in that area. So, but it's better than the last driving assessment where I slammed the handbrake on before I'd even come to a full stop.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the examiner really did not like that very much.
No, I bet he didn't.
Yeah, to say he was a little bit upset about it. I think he said it very calmly when he said, "You'd fail your test for that."
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh dear.
But no, I said to him, I go, "Look," I said, when I was young, I'm out to be the best bus driver in the world, and I'm going to revolutionize the industry, and I'm going to be the best there ever was. And I think once you get to a certain age, you just go, yeah, I'm just hoping to have a better day than yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
oh dear.
So I'm just going to do a bit of catch up on Right. So Matthew Baum, any ideas what's in Spitfire issues 31 to 34? To be absolutely honest with you, absolutely no idea. Because we're only now up to 23, 24, 25, 26, which means we've still got 27, 28, 29, and 30 to come. So you're 2 months ahead there, Matthew. So Dave says trying to fit some curtains.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've only ever fitted curtains once, and I didn't do a bad job, but I'm glad I wasn't doing them as a job for someone, because if I charged by the hour, I probably would have had to charge about 500 quid.
Wow.
I'm not very fast. I'm not far. I can do DIY, but I'm not fast at it.
No.
But that's fine. I'm not a DIYer, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Some people are really good. Although Dave Say seems to be brilliant at absolutely everything he does, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Dave Say, is there anything you can't do?
And don't say diamond paint.
Oh, I bet he could. Mark's Mods, I've not get them issues. Yeah, I don't think anyone's got those issues yet, Matthew. I don't even know if the Harshett call centre knows what's in them. So I need to order X-Wings issue 1 to 18. Okay, so if you're doing the X-Wing, have you just started subscribing to it then? So Daniel Boudreau's been cross-stitching, laid the DP down for a minute beside working in everyday life. I don't think that's a bad thing, actually. If you flick between two things, because I'm catching up on a lot of my part works. I was saying this to someone yesterday. I've been doing nothing but part work videos for the last month, and I've caught up, and I'm now just trying to get ahead of myself. And for a moment, I got to a point where I'm not really enjoying it anymore, and I put the part works down for a couple of days, and then I'm like, okay, fine, I need to crack on with another video. And I had so much more enjoyment. And you got to remember, this is a hobby, and I think if you ever get to the point where you're saying, I'm actually not enjoying it, it's time to give it up, isn't it?
Oh, have a break at least.
Yeah. So, if you've got cross stitch and you've got diamond painting, put the diamond painting down and do a bit of cross stitch. Then put the cross stitch down, do a bit of diamond painting. No shame in that whatsoever.
There isn't? No.
I don't think, anyway.
No. It's like they say, don't burn yourself out on one thing. Have a break. Do something else.
Because I think what's been keeping me going with the part works is that I haven't been doing purely one part work. I've been doing about 7 different ones. So at least that's kept me going. But yeah, when I sat down, I did diamond painting the other day. Oh, I loved it so much.
Good.
And yeah, I mean, I'll give you a bit of a sneak, not sneak peek, but a bit of a slight spoiler. It's coming out Sunday, but it's actually the special Diamond Wolf one. And we've talked on this show about blocking and confetti. And this was actually neither. What you do is you tend to follow lines, and it's pick a line and then follow it.
Yeah.
Which was just like, it kind of blew my mind a little bit, because I kind of looked at it, I thought, I really don't know how I'm going to approach this. And in the end, I just thought, well, I'll cut it into squares like I always, just like I have done here. And I tackled squares, and I just found myself following lines. And it was completely different for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so watch that on Sunday, guys. Like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I love saying that. I don't know why. Right, guys, I'm going to have to move the camera because you're in the way. So, right, Matthew Bourne says, just had a second delivery I've got 3 posters. I can still remember you telling wife swapping jokes, and I have a good one. I don't remember wife swapping jokes. I do know a good joke, actually. You'll love this one, Yorkshire. Which one is heavier, water or butane?
Water.
Right. Do you know why?
Because it's a liquid and butane's a gas?
No. Butane is a lighter fluid.
Oh.
That was awful, wasn't it?
No. Yes. Very true.
Right.
Yeah.
You could see the ones that I filter out before I tell you the one.
Oh dear.
So on a scale of 1 to bloody awful, how bad was that joke?
5.
5.
5. It wasn't terribly awful, but yeah.
So Danielle says, yeah, I need a break. Obviously reference to the diamond painting. And Mark says, I never get tired of part works. Right. So everybody send him 400 issues. Send him 400 copies of the same issue of something.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he has got about 5 part works on the go, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We've got a few, hasn't he?
Yes.
Sometimes it's fitting all the time in though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You know, when you're at work and you're thinking, right, I've got this to do, that to do, that to do, and then your controller's saying, Penny, are you going home this weekend? Can you do loads of overtime for us? And you want to say no.
I want to go home and do my part work.
I want to do my part works. So I think it also depends what you've got to do. I mean, I'm now about to film an episode of the Jaguar. I'll show you this. This is a spare wheel on the Jag, and you've got to put all of those spokes in individually.
Every individual one.
There's about 4 or 5 hours work there. And this is only the spare wheel. And how many wheels does an average car have?
4.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the spare wheel. Only another 4 to go.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know,
No.
right? But these next 4 got to be done on camera.
Yikes.
And I don't think my viewers will let me get away with, for the 2nd, 3rd and 4th wheel, I don't think they'll let me get away with yeah, you've seen the first one. I'm not going to bother making a video on this one.
No, I don't think you get away with that.
No. Or I could try and sneak in an exact copy of the first video and palm it off as the 2nd, 3rd and 4th.
I don't think you get away with that either. You'd have to watch your clothing very closely and see what you're wearing.
Yeah. Oh no, but see, I make sure just my hands are on stream now.
Ah, there you go.
So, oh dear. So I've completely lost track of where I am. 3705. I am on the K's. I got a feeling I'm putting these on the wrong ones. I've just got a horrible feeling, but never mind.
Oh, Matthew's put a joke on.
Oh dear. Is that bad? I haven't even looked at it yet. Right, so I have a friend called David, went to a wife swapping party last night, left with a mid-70s dryer, spin dryer and a set of screwdrivers. Oh dear. Yeah, you've still got to put the tire on. Yeah. So I knew a guy that went to he used to have a Skoda, and he went to the garage and he says, have you got a windscreen wiper for a Skoda? And the guy behind the counter went, yeah, it sounds like a fair swap.
Sorry, that was a bit loud if I deafened everybody.
No, that was fine. I like when people laugh loud at my jokes because it means they might actually be amusing to someone.
Oh dear. Oh, bless. So, talking of part works, are you excited for tonight, Penny? Are you going on the road?
I am always excited for Wednesday nights. I mean, I love all the shows and all of the part works that I do, but Wednesday's Route Master has always been the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody gets excited.
So we have a very welcome viewer, Queen of Diamonds Rosebud, who I believe we call Rosebud now. Yes. Hi everyone, sorry I'm late. Hope you're all well and okay. We are spiffing today.
He's spiffing.
So I won't go through my last week. I will let you watch back the stream later on. But it's been a terrible week ending with a wonderful week. So, and I always think it's the end result that counts.
It is.
Although as a biker, I do go by the saying of it's not the destination, it's the journey. I've arrived at a good destination. It's just it was a terrible journey this week.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
So you get to the point. I mean, tip for anyone: become a bus driver. You'll never be out of work, especially in this day and age. But then it's got to be a job you've got to enjoy. But what I found quite interesting was one of our driving instructors who did the training this morning. He said he's been driving for 13 years and he only joined the company because he couldn't find anything better at the time. And he just it was literally, that'll do until I find something better. And that was 13 years ago.
There you go.
So, yeah. Whereas I was a complete saddo, it was a childhood dream of mine to become a bus driver. And all I can say is I haven't got very good taste in childhood dreams. You know, maybe if it was my childhood ambition to be a brain surgeon, I really wouldn't be worried about losing my job for a couple of days. Oh no, I'm down to my last 100,000. What on earth am I going to do? Well, that's basically what a brain surgeon earns, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
You ring him up and he says hello. That's about £1,000 he's just earned there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mind you, an awful lot of study to get to where they are. So
Yeah.
not knocking them. I'm only jealous because they earn more money than me.
I took some pictures of the paintings that we were talking about last week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You just reminded me. We've got to see them. Shall we tell a joke first from your lovely husband? Well, I don't know if it's a joke. I just saw the Mark's Mod says, I knew a bloke who drove a Skoda off a cliff with the doors locked and windows up. After it crashed, he found himself alive outside the Skoda, which goes to show nobody wants to be seen dead in a Skoda. You know, they're actually good cars now, aren't they?
Apparently.
Well, years ago when I was doing taxis, I knew a guy who bought a Skoda Fabia. And everyone was laughing at him. Oh, Skoda. He goes, no, honestly. He goes, with the cost of the vehicle and the running costs, you watch, everyone will be driving these soon. Within about 6 months to a year, everyone was driving. Well, we weren't driving the Fabias, but a lot of people were driving Octavias and Skoda Superbs. They really were I mean, they feel a lot cheaper than something like, say, a Ford, but for the price and the cost of parts, they're really good cars.
Yeah.
And if you're in a job where you're doing extremely high mileage, you want a good cost-effective car like that. Anyway, we were talking pictures, weren't we?
Yes.
Did you know what I say? It doesn't exist unless there's a picture.
Right. Let's
Are you doing a screen share?
They're on my phone, so
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll
So you'll
try my
probably
best to
benefit from the whole. Will you benefit from having the screen all to yourself?
Possibly.
Okay. Your wish is my command. Yeah, we'll put large screen because I think your painting looks better than mine.
Let's see. That's the cat.
Oh wow! Wow.
Yeah, I love that. And then I need to find the other one. When the phone wants to load. Come on. Yeah.
Danielle Boudreau says that's cute, Kitty.
It's from Victoria's Moon if you're interested.
I'll tell you what, they are good. I do like Victoria's Moon. They seem to have a good quality about them with not too much of a delay on the postage time.
I think my last one was about 10 days.
Yeah, which I think, because they don't ship from the UK, do they?
It's no, they do. No, they don't. They're UK based, but yeah, the products ship from China.
Yeah.
Yes,
they do. Because the thing is, I'm sure it's Victoria Moons. If you look at their contact details, they've got an address in Orpington.
Yeah.
Well, I did a Google Maps on it, and it's actually on Google Maps as a shop with newspaper in the window. And yeah, and then I Googled the address. It is actually some kind of craft, not a craft shop, but it's a shop that sells similar kind of things, like a gift shop type thing. And then I thought, hey, what the hell? Orpington's not very far from where I live and work. Let's jump in the car and go and have a look. And I can tell you there is no shop in Orpington called Victoria Moon.
Right. I've got the other picture, but I don't know. There's something. I think it's up in our bedroom at the moment. The diamond painting, and it's all a bit skewy.
Titanic. That's the Titanic, isn't it?
It is. Yeah,
that is beautiful.
We're not decorated or anything. There's a mirror in the way, sort of cutting half of it off, but
that is absolutely good. And that's not lit up, is it?
No.
That looks really, those windows look really well lit up.
They do. Yeah.
It's a color contrast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which of course, I have a bit of a crafty brain. It's kind of got me thinking. If you got selected LEDs behind certain places, do you think that would enhance that? Is that a step too far?
It probably would, because where the white is, the light had come through, but it had enhanced the black and the dark colours as well.
What if you use a small enough LED that's not too bright?
Yeah. That's true. Thank you for the offer, Adrian. It just came up. I know you're watching, so thank you.
Maybe that's overboard. Excuse the pun.
Oh, no. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Oh, I watched this stand-up show yesterday. Have you ever heard of a guy called James Acaster?
Yeah, I've never watched him though.
Oh, this story about him when he was on jury duty, and he was saying that he didn't really have anything good to say in this, anything like intelligent to say in this debate. So he says, "Oh, I know. I'll play devil's advocate." So, and they were talking about this murderer, and they thought it's a terrible thing, this murder. So he goes, "Oh, or is it? Maybe it was a good thing." So later on that night, he gets home and he rings his mum. He says, "You'll be really proud of me. I played devil's advocate." So he went, she went, "Oh, lovely. Did you say to play that you were playing devil's advocate?" So he said, "No, I didn't." She goes, "Well, if you don't say you're playing devil's advocate, it actually comes across as your own opinion." So he's right. So he goes into jury duty the next day. Obviously, everyone thinks that he's glorifying murder. So then he goes in and he says, "Oh," he goes, "I know." Because I'll use another expression. So he says, "Excuse the pun, but did the gardener plant evidence?" So he gets home that night and he rings his mum. He says, "You'll be really proud of me." And he goes, "I used the expression, excuse the pun." So she goes, "Did you use the expression before the pun or after?" He says, "Well, I used it before." She goes, "No, you need to use it afterwards. Otherwise, it sounds like you intended to use the pun." And it just kind of goes on like that. It's just actually really funny. Funny but educational.
Yeah.
What do you think of a bit of R? Bit of R&R. Pirate's favourite colour. Ah. Ah.
Oh dear.
Why is Rice Krispies a pirate's favourite cereal?
Because they are.
Because they are.
I weren't sure whether I was right or not.
If you want to hear bad jokes, you have come to the right place.
Yeah.
So, Matthew Baum, can we buy a Tommy Cooper joke book? You want to buy one, you can. Daniel Budo, my mum. Which one are you talking about, Daniel? Is it the Titanic or the cat?
I think she mentioned the Titanic last
Right.
week. Mama done.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. Yeah. Yeah, I think if I remember rightly, did she do a bigger one of the Titanic?
She didn't say. She just said that she remembers her mum doing the Titanic.
Maybe I'm just making things up as I go along. Oh, I can't remember what it was now, but this woman, she's asking questions on, safety and stuff like this. And she says, "Why do we do this?" And I can't remember what it was, but I was answering. I gave an answer and I'm just waffling away. And she's going, and I'm going, "I don't know." And I'm just kind of waffling this as I go along. I think it was something like, why do you drive into corners? Why do you accelerate gently and brake gently, and stuff like that? And I'm going, passenger safety. And she's like, elaborate. And I'm like, I don't really know. I can't remember. It saves throwing passengers out through the front windscreen or sending them out the back. I'll tell you one thing though, and I'm going to sound like a real licky bum bus driver. When I was with Arriva before, I hated their policy of you must wait for the passengers to sit down before pulling off. And I think the customers knew they had that policy because sometimes they would take ages to sit down. But when I went to London, they don't seem to have that policy. Their policy is more a case of hurry up, we just really haven't got time to hang around. And one of the drivers I was learning with, he was very sharp accelerating and braking, and it was throwing me about the bus, and obviously I know how to hold on, and so it was like, yeah, I can appreciate the gentle acceleration and braking now.
Absolutely.
Oops, I'm going to pull this off. No, I'm actually going to turn my light board around. I've got this little lip on my light board, and if I hook it with the bulldog clips, I can't quite get to the top there.
Yeah.
So
I have on mine. I've kept. Did you keep the perspex sheet that came with it?
perspex sheet. Well, it is just a perspex sheet, really, with some funny light. Oops, I just accidentally turned it off. So there you go. That's better, isn't it? I can reach the top now. All right, who's that being beeped? Is that you? Oh, that's me as well. That must be the Happy Doolally group that we're in.
Happy Doolally group, I like.
What's it called? Oh.
Oh.
Friend of mine has just messaged me on Facebook. She's had tests at hospital, and she said just had the results come back good. So I'm very happy.
Good.
I don't care what happens in the world now. I'm happy because my friends had good test results.
Good.
As long as my friends are happy and in good health. Oh, now that was a Happy Doolally group, wasn't it? Because we both got a message at the same time. No, it wasn't.
No.
So is it just coincidence that I'm getting a message at the exact same time you are?
I'm not getting messages. It's just when yours bleeps, I think it's mine going off, so I check mine.
All right, okay, because I can hear it in the background, and then my phone goes beep. That's really weird. Because some of the groups, just for the benefit of the others, we have various chat groups like Zoom and stuff like that. And if we get a message from a group that we're all in the same group, you can hear all of our phones go off at pretty much the same time, and there's like a half a second difference between us, and it's just literally beep 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 beep, and we've all got the same message, and then one person will reply to it, so of course everybody gets the reply, so it all goes off again.
Yes.
And it is, well, it's funny and it's annoying, and but I've do you remember when I was saying about I kept getting all these messages? Oh, I hit the button on my thing again. That's trouble with having the button down where your arm is. You catch it accidentally.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying about I keep getting these messages while I'm filming YouTube videos. So you hear the noises in the background. And I was trying to turn the notification noises off on the computer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I solved it with the most simple trick going. Just turn the volume down on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of works. Just turn the volume down, and for better effects, put headphones in. And I'd much rather wear headphones for when I'm video editing anyway, because you can hear things better.
Yeah.
Although it is quite annoying when I go downstairs after doing some video editing, and then the landlady says, your dinner's cold. I did call you 15 times and you never bothered answering. I'm like, yeah, I've had my headphones on. So Danielle said about the Titanic, she thinks it was a 30 by 40. So what size was yours?
Is it a 50 by 70 or a 60 by 70, something like that?
I bet that took some time then.
Yeah, that's why I said I think it was about a couple of months.
Yeah, I know that largest one that I did took a while. Although I can't believe that other one I did the other day, all right, it was a partial 2.5 hours from start to finish.
That's really good.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So we haven't got around to doing this quiz. We should do a quiz thing.
Yeah.
I think at the end of every stream, we should set each other a question.
Okay.
And you've got to come up with the right answer. And obviously I've got to come up with the right answer before at the start of the next stream.
Right. Yeah.
And today's question is, why does Penny keep flicking drills all over the table? You know, when you catch them wrong and they flick and they send the whole tray full over.
Yeah.
Is there a way to stop that? Like, I don't know, be a better diamond painter? Gain some skills?
It happens to all of us. You know, try and they go.
Oh, do you know what? Right, I'm gonna name drop here. Well, I'm not name dropping, but I was watching a video. There's a guy I'm subscribed to on YouTube called Nick Nimim, something like that. He basically does a series of videos on how to improve your YouTube channel. You know, how to get more views, how to, you know, what your channel might be doing wrong, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this video that he made over the weekend, and I left a comment. I really didn't know how to phrase the comment, but he said that he gets dislikes on his videos before people have had a chance to watch it. Yeah. Which I think is like the most annoying thing ever. You put like, say, a 20-minute video up and it's had a dislike within 5 minutes of going up. You're like, whoa, give it a chance. Exactly. And but basically this video was generally dealing with haters. And I said, I don't mean this the wrong way, but I'm really glad that happens to you. Just then I know I'm not the only one. And then I said, you know, what kind of a person just goes, I feel I have someone on my channel who hits the dislike button. Usually I'll get a dislike before I start getting likes, if I'm going to get a dislike.
Yeah.
And it's like, what kind of a person sits there waiting for your videos to come up just so they can hit the dislike button? It's like, do you not have anything more important in your life? And then sometimes I'll come across people and I say, oh, I keep getting this person dislike my videos. And I'm like, yay, welcome to the club. You are now a paid up member of the You Must Be Doing Something Right club.
Yes.
Right. I personally am going to stop there because it's only about 10 minutes left to go. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my camera angle to me, and then we can all sit and watch you do yours.
I've got about 9 diamonds left in this one square.
Oh, and also myself and Build with Adrian, we found this new feature. Oh, I don't know if it's new, but I don't know if you noticed, but I can actually swap where the camera angles go. Yeah. So obviously it doesn't work quite so well with just 2 people, but obviously we have this side-by-side view, and as you can see, I can swap us round. So if you want people in a particular order, but I like this view where if you have one person is the main focus, as you can see with Yorkshire Crafter, and then everybody else is just maybe just discussing or something. And then maybe if I need to be the main focus, you see I can bring myself in, and then I can pop Yorkshire Crafter back. So it has the potential to be really, really good. I'm still waiting for the feature that they used to have in, do you know what? It's been so long since I used it, I forgot what it was called. Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is dead now as far as I'm concerned. But it has this option. The light just went out. Oh. No, sorry, I just caught a glimpse of my board and it went out, and I'm like, I couldn't figure out that it went out because I just accidentally touched the button. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I do like the feature of whoever's talking automatically becomes the big picture. So that's a really nice shot of your pen and glasses.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. So have you had it? Oh, see, look, we have to go equal now.
There, see. Yes. Wait.
So unfortunately, I can't be pinned down to a time for next week because I actually have no idea what I'm doing next week in terms of days that I'm working. I'm going to go in tomorrow and get down on my knees and cry and say, I need Wednesdays off. But obviously, if the big bad allocator type person says you can't have Wednesdays off, then I'm not getting them. And I would rather work Wednesdays than not work at all in the week. So back to square one, I'm afraid. Having a show as and when we can, but we don't know when that show will be. No. I'm hoping that once I've gone through all my route learning and I'm on a rower, I'll be able to know next week what I'm doing this week. Does that make sense? This week, know what I'm doing next week.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then we can at least go back to plan A. Where we can have one of these shows but do you like the 1 o'clock aiming? Have it at 1 o'clock, whatever day it is, it's 1 o'clock. Because if we do that, then at least then I've just got to look for days. And it might well be that I could do an early. So how do you guys feel about that? If it comes up at different days, are you all right with that? So also, are you guys happy just us doing a work in progress and then just chatting along? Obviously, we want to be doing a bit more off camera. I really need to organise my life, don't I? And you'll be surprised. One day I'll start a show and I'll have most of this done, and you'll go, "What happened there, Penny? You actually did some off stream." So. Anything you want to talk about YouTube wise or personal wise? Promote your channel. What are you up to? Have you got any big plans coming?
Just trying to think what I've been doing on my channel recently. Yesterday was
my troubles seem so far. I can never resist that. I'm sorry, guys, if you're ever having a conversation with me and you come up with a song lyric word, I will sing the rest of the lyrics.
Right.
I do it to my customers. Customers get on. They've got this face, right, and they want to complain to the driver, and they'll get on and they'll go, yesterday, and I'll go, all my troubles seem so, and they for some reason they don't complain anymore.
No.
They just they're like, you are an absolute nutcase, and I'll go, yes, but you're not shouting and complaining to me, are you? And they'll go, you are right. No, I am not.
Yeah.
And by the end of the conversation, I'll go, well, what did you want to complain about? And they'll go, I have no idea. I've completely forgotten. So yesterday
was the start of the drills and chills.
We have a thing for that.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Drills and chills 2020. So has anybody actually looked at that? Has anybody taken part in it? Is it too late to take part in it?
You can take part for the whole 2 months. You could post it. You could post a starting photo on the 30th of October. The 30th of.
So, for example, the diamond painting that I've got coming out on my channel on the 6th of September, could I take a photo of it, stick it on Instagram with the hashtag Drills and Chills 2020?
No.
No, you disappoint me. You built my hopes up and then you dashed them. Why can I not?
Because you had to post a starting photo on the 1st.
Okay.
Then start the painting.
So if I take a photo of it, then I strip all the drills off, then take a picture, and then put that picture on, and then put the first one on.
Yes, I suppose you could, but
Anyone's going to find a way of cheating, it's going to be me. Right, so I'm going to do a bit of catching up. So yesterday was the day. See, all these people that keep coming up with yesterday. All my troubles seem so far. Yesterday was a day in history. They found the ship at the bottom of the ocean sometime in the late 80s. And then 9/1/1985. That's backwards to us, Danielle. To us, we say 1/9/1985.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have not a whinge here, right? A lot of things the Americans do that are different from the British, I'm absolutely fine with, except the dates. Why on earth are the dates the way they are? How can month, day, year make sense? It's like saying 12. No, it's like saying 5 minutes, 12 and 27 seconds. It's the wrong order. Everything else I support. My dad always says, we drive on the right side of the road, you guys drive on the wrong side of the road. And I can't argue with him, apart from the fact he's my dad. Well, you can't argue with your dad, can you? Especially, and I just know one day he's just going to pull out well, I'm old. And you can't argue with that either, can you? No. Let me have my time. I'm old. So Rosebud says it's okay with me, 1 p.m. any day or set day and drilling. So shall we say then, and we don't know what day it's going to be, but it's going to be 1 p.m. Are you okay with that, Yorkshire? Is there any days you can't do apart from Sunday? Because that's right in the middle of your Sunday dinner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't interrupt. I've heard about your Sunday dinners. They are more grand than your diamond paintings.
They're epic. My husband can beast.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen any of your Sunday dinners, but the description of them are so.
Yeah.
I've looked, made an order, but still waiting for it to arrive. You're going to have to refresh my memory, someone, on that one. Made an order.
Rosebud?
Is that to do with Victoria's moon?
Could be. Yeah.
I don't know. Danielle says you can only do one photo with the drills and chills. I think I can answer this. Is it a progression thing? You post a start picture and then you do the updates.
Yeah, that's what most people are doing. But then the lady who's hosting it, Kim, she said depending on, work and time restraints and stuff like that, she says you can do like Halloween key rings or a little 20, or you can, I think
if you come into it later, you could do a smaller project.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as you can post as many times as you want. I don't know if it's restricted or I'm not sure.
So, Danielle has said, okay, I'll do date, month, year.
Yeah.
No, that's the one thing I can't get my head around with American systems. Why do you do the month then the day? Why do you go big, smaller, then bigger? So I end up, when I write dates, I end up writing the month as 3 letters. So I would write today as the 2nd SEP 2020, and then there's no confusion. But and then this is the one that made me laugh. Keep the same time, being I'm 6 hours or so behind. Don't go earlier.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And then Rosebud says drills and chills. So right. Oh, so she's made an order for drills and chills, but waiting for it to arrive.
Right.
Brilliant. Right, so it's 4 o'clock. Very late finish time for us.
Yeah.
So I hope you have. I hope that was all right. I hope you enjoyed that. We have finished the show with 8 people watching, which I think is all right.
Yeah.
And 2 of that wonderful audience is coming from your channel as well, which is quadruply fantastic. Is that a word? Quadruply?
Yeah.
It is a word now.
Yeah.
I just made it up, so it's my word. So that is quadruply brilliant. Splendidly quadruply brilliant.
Yes.
So
I at the top, so I thought, oh, I'll go and have a look.
what's that? Sorry.
That I thing at the top. Who's on whose channel? And yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people might not be understanding what we're on about. On StreamYard, we have various little tools, like we have the chat comes up in the side, but we have a little thing, a little ticker. It says how long we've been live for, and there's a little eye, looks a bit like Big Brother, and at the moment it's saying number 8. Oh, it says 7 now. So whatever we've done, we've just put off one of your viewers.
Oh no.
So obviously the blame's all on you because it's your viewer. So yeah, and we can actually see the breakdown because we're doing a dual stream. So it actually separates whose channel is who. So, but that's good. You know, we've. But it's great that people can go on to Yorkshire Crafters channel and watching. You know, if you only have the one, what's streaming to one channel, whose channel doesn't get. You know, and at first, what we did is we downloaded the program and then Yorkshire Crafter uploaded to her channel. But one of the emphasis that I want to put on is I called Yorkshire Crafter my co-host, and I mean that equally, which is why I like Yorkshire Crafter to open the show. I'm going to have to move the camera here, you know. And that way, when I look at the monitor, I think I'm then looking a bit like the camera. Sorry, I've just seen the comment. Rosebud, are you right? Thank you for hosting. It's been good. Keep safe, everyone. Are you telling me off? Elbow, cough, wash hands. I'm paranoid now. Have I done something wrong? But funnily enough, that's what I do. I watched YouTube about a year ago, and it said because people they sneeze in your hands, don't you? But you never think what you do with your hands afterwards.
No.
Ah, right. Is there a way we can display chat in both channels? Right. Okay, we'll look at that. If there's anything we can do, of course. If you're watching from Yorkshire Crafters channel, you can't see the chat that's appearing in my channel, and vice versa. But anyway, going back to the cough thing, I saw on YouTube, what is age? Probably over a year ago. And it said, you know, it's some video on what people are doing wrong. And it's sneezing to your elbow. And I thought about it. I thought, yeah, it's spot on. Because, like, you sneeze into your hands, and even if you wipe them somewhere, you then go and shake someone's hand, don't you? And then, since I watched that, we've had this coronavirus, which apparently can live on surfaces for 3 days. So, you know, if you ain't washed your hands in 10 minutes, which isn't an awful long time, really, is it? You know, so I do that. The only trouble is sometimes I sneeze so violently, I actually twist my shoulder. I'm like, done that before. I've sneezed and I've gone, my shoulder. So, anyway, I'm waffling again, aren't I? So no, I'm glad to say Rosebud wasn't telling. I thought maybe I'd coughed or sneezed on stream, and she was telling me off and saying, "Go and wash your hands." Well, you know. So yeah. So I get it now. So the comment that she'd made earlier there must be one of those emojis, but it's obviously not showing up as an emoji as you can see on the screen. Hang on. There, You can see it show it's coming up as colon, elbow, cough, colon, colon, wash hands, colon. So
yeah, I see. Yeah,
in the chat but I have that trouble on Facebook where if I make a list A, B, C, D, if I do a comma, sorry, a bracket, and it comes up as that, and then I'll put B, and it changes it to a bumblebee, and I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. So I'm trying to do a serious list, and you're bringing up pictures of bumblebees. So right, guys. So I'm right now. This week, I have an apology to make. I actually didn't let Yorkshire Crafter say goodbye last week. I was so keen to just. So I'm going to let Yorkshire Crafter say goodbyes first, and then she can cut me off if she wants.
No, I won't do that. No,
I know you wouldn't on purpose, but you know I wouldn't for you on purpose.
I know. So yeah, thank you for joining us today, guys. But yeah, I shall end with my famous saying, as Penny says. So
I have a new saying for you. You'll like it.
In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Bye, guys.
Right, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Sorry we can't give an exact day, but I will leave you with a fantastic saying, which is whatever you do, do it with the confidence of a 4-year-old wearing a cape.